Fast forward in come out what channel you so a GH politics of it. Political stories are trending because making headlines. And your Jimre Unia need to be exomo ewaha and Indian Yahoo Braximu. Mr. say among in a year political highways in. Now a jet dem and yaksam kotwa crab. Now a year $750 million scandal. Enka yede ekwakoye eye ekwan of Anko Road no kasei ene omampanyin Adaroma okhwe neke bia ohobia omo eye free so contractor esen egina so oye adwuma no no tron say sasi car nenka yesen ki ni wie eye ekwan no de nenka ye provide ye wi kra dada eye $750 million ne mo mekoba ne sei ene sesika we say ekosan ye abra ekwan no enso entimi yankwa wieye we in a Solomon Owusu movement for change papa yi etimi atintesi kokko ede egu eye nanado dankwa Akuffo ado ene na ponti so for this scandal we eye financial misappropriation we onia yenko kakumo ho ye gine kwaku ankasa num yenko tie ensema Solomon Owusu eka abra otimi ku pie mu ewo eye Pan African Television
in Sawam Road. Beyond that, there was in Sawam Apagam stretch of it. So, you know, you are talking about Ofanko to Apega. Then Ejoso to Konongo. Then Swami interchange the inner roads. Then if you go through Kwabenya, there is a ring road that is Kwabenya to Peduasi. And so on and so forth. That the money, the loan that was contracted was to finish this project. I have heard propaganda from the MPP side, this is churning out some fake documents that the loans that we went for wasn't meant to finish the project. Then why did you go for the loan? If the loan, we went for a loan not to finish the project, then what were you doing? The money is finished. The $750 million loan is finished. Road is not completed. Why do you hear this? And so you see, the president's anger must not end. That's why the money is finished, but the road is not completed. But there has to be a forensic audit of how the monies were used to punish perpetrators. A lot of individuals in this country are richer than the country Ghana. How is that possible? They have stolen from you and I. You embellish the corruption. No. There is nothing different. Like you can't substitute stealing with corruption. They have stolen the money. And hey, Attorney General of this republic must not be dilly-dallying with the people of this country. There are a lot of low-hanging fruits that we must go after. That how on earth can we finish $750 million, yet it is an eyesore. Now a new president comes to office, he is rather being bombarded by the commuters or users of that road. He had no idea about it. He has no clue about how the money was used. But he is the one facing the consequence of it. That's why I say he must also turn the heat on those that have shortchanged the country. So that people would understand that engaging in a public service is not, or does not allow you to steal from the poor. These loans we are supposed to pay back in 7 years. In 7 years time, David, you and I are going to pay for this loan. Meanwhile, it is sitting in somebody's pocket. Why must we allow that? Can somebody give me one reason why somebody should go and steal that money? So it's unfortunate, but it tells you how we have reduced in terms of our moral understanding of governance. It's not the best of situations.
Now, Council, are you not surprised that we've not heard much about this issue of the loan, contracted and the project's not finished? Because I was expecting to have heard even more before the president went there on the tour than he getting there before, this revelation coming out.
Yeah, again, good evening to your viewers, particularly my folks from Hohoe constituency. David, someone told me yesterday to be charitable to you, so I'll be charitable. Yes, someone said you were being harsh on David, so 1,000, if you are watching me, I won't be harsh on David today. David, you didn't hear it. There was even a demonstration.
Yes, I know.
By residents in that area. The last time I was there was about maybe 5 months ago that I went there to the Amasaman court. And I usually give myself enough time to arrive early. And it was hell. For the first time, I've noticed what is hell on earth. The sad aspect is that road leads to the hometown of the immediate president of Ghana. So one would have expected that road, at least up to Apejua Junction, as my brother has said, would have been first class.
You can also use a bridge stretch. So maybe perhaps that's where they use.
Oh, then if
the mountain.
If they use a bridge stretch to avoid that, that's wickedness. There can't be any definition more than that. And I remember attending a meeting with Honorable Minister for Finance and Honorable Roads Minister, where they gave assurance that monies will be released for the road to be constructed. Now, one of the things His Excellency said today is that the money is finished. The money meant for the job is finished. They've drank the soup, yet we have not even cooked the food. That is bad. But there is a sad aspect, and I think it's one thing that we have all come to agree, sort of, albeit badly, that nobody tracks a lot of things that happen. No, there's no tracker. So, for example, that is why personally I've taken it upon myself that when the OSP released his last report, I've taken highlights and put them in table. Pending, ongoing, completion. Then tomorrow when he gives another, I'll go back to that and say, let me update it and see where he is. We don't have any tracker. And I believe that when you go through the Hansard, a lot of loans might have disappeared somewhere. A lot of loans. Then what are we doing to ourselves?
Is it possible that we could have shortchanged the amount for the loan, or calculations, for want of a better word, were not put in place? We didn't know the actual costing.
Even if it is 1 cedi that was for the road, for this particular road, let's see the work that is done for 1 cedi.
Oh, but they've dug some trenches.
Oh, come on, David. No, that's not what we. Otherwise, the contractor would not have left site.
Right. Because
the contractor was not being paid. That's why he left site. And the contractor had to mobilize and come back to site. And all these take time. But the good thing is that work is progressing steadily. And we have seen hands-on by His Excellency the President, John Dramani Mahama.
I think the 24-hour economy is working there, because I know they are working day and night.
24-hour economy.
Because I know for a fact they are working day and night. I've used a stretch in the evening, and I can testify to that.
David, I pray that, we were in Akwatia over the weekend. A lot of us used the Abri road because we couldn't afford to come to Amasama Road. Yeah. But what I saw, the videos I saw today, progress is quite good. And if they continue that way, they should be able to achieve a lot so that people will get respite. I told one of my seniors that years back, they were repairing the Addo Bridge, if you remember, and they have to divert. And we're using 2 pontoons to ferry people. I remember one of my guys said, he reached there, and the passenger said, if it is juju that they do us to vote for NDC and they did this, as for today, the juju is cleared of his mind. That's almost 2 years to the election. And he said that today I made it a point, I won't vote for NDC. So seeing this, I told one of my seniors that this thing, somebody can take a decision on 2028 today based on that road. So the quicker we fix it, the better for us. So that we cannot mortgage our future today because of somebody's inefficiency and somebody's a corrupt way of doing things, having not been able to account for what monies they have taken. I just feel that the harvest is too rich for the current Attorney General. I think he should ask more laborers into the farm. Because I visited the deputy AG one time, the files next to his desk were as tall as this. And I'm asking myself, when are we going to get people prosecuted in things like this? to restore some sanity and decency into the system.
Will you be expecting some action to be taken?
Of course. How can you take
So it
loan
wouldn't
for...
just be a mere rhetoric from the president?
No. At least, David, if you don't know anything about His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, I think he's walking the talk. Things that he has told us he will do, he is doing them. So let's give him the benefit of the doubt. But my worry is that the Attorney General is doing well. However, the harvest is so rich that we need more laborers. I would have thought. Maybe they bring back some retired prosecutors, put them on contract, 1 year contract, get some new guys to accompany them and get some of these prosecutions done. Maybe if we have the regional tribunals one day and establish in all the regions, some of these things will go fast.
I see you nodding. You wanted to chip in something?
I mean, he's right, and I really am nice, but he must not take himself out of it. The truth of the matter is that the NDCs are lucky to have gotten an engineer plus a lawyer. What are you doing with him? They have not even given him any position. This kind of nonsense, I don't tolerate it. They must get him a position to go and work. You see, this country needs people who work patriotically. You know, we are lacking that in our body politic now. Either than that, David, does it sit well with you that you have gone for a loan to finish a road and the money is finished, the road is not completed? And we have those perpetrators walking about. And this is not the only road that has an issue.
Yeah.
And as if the president and the vice president, they made it a point to come and finish this country. There is also another issue. From Tamale to Wale Wale, that road. Tamale to Wale Wale. Wale Wale is the hometown of the former vice president. We had an Indian man who came to take our almost $30 million. 30 solid choppable $1 million as mobilization. He could not mobilize to the site. The money has been finished. You had the previous administration not doing anything about it to recover that money for the state. Is it the case that they deliberately brought in this contractor from India so that you come and take the $30 million and then they will share, which is my instinct, which is a reasonable deduction that you can make? Not just that. We paid mobilization of $12 million. You and I are taxed to go and finish Walugu. The money, once again, is finished. There wasn't any mobilization to the site. So there are a lot of low-hanging fruit. And like you were suggesting, if the Attorney General feels that the workload is overboard, there are a lot of hands available that you could consult. You see, one of the things that can send NDC to opposition easily is how well they deal with the ORA, the Operation Recover Owusu. I'm telling you, it was one of the reasons why a lot of Ghanaians decided to vote for them.
It looks like the euphoria around that oral is
if they joke with it, they are joking with their own political existence. Take it from me. No amount of development will appease the teeming masses when they know that indeed people came to steal from the state and they have made properties out of it, and then they are collecting more from the properties they have made from the poor. Using their own money as investment to take from them is not godly. And so that is why, as a matter of urgency, they must go after. And they have not much to do. I can say without any shred of doubt that the sort of information this administration have actually came from members of the MPP. Some members who thought that, look, this is unconscionable for people to be in positions and just dissipate national resources. So they have provided incontrovertible evidence to the Attorney General. For instance, why is it that Dubik Mahama, the ECG former boss, is walking about? Who can convince him why he might be walking about? But he is. Nobody has invited him anywhere. Why is it that the former board chair is walking about talking? What has happened to him?
That's a minority leader?
Yes. What has happened to him? Look.
What do you think is happening?
I am not in government.
No evidence against them or what? in the suspicion.
Enormous evidence. They themselves know that the evidence is available. Enormous, David. They know it. But you know, scratch my back, let me scratch your back. It kills countries. It stifles development. You may think that you are helping a friend, but you are destroying the moral fiber of the country. Because their actions and inactions has led many to death. Poverty levels are so high because resources that were supposed to be evenly distributed across the country to better our laws, to better our road infrastructure, education infrastructure, health infrastructure, has been dealt with in a wrong manner. So why must you allow them to go off the hook? You shouldn't. Those that are doing scratch my back, let me scratch your back, you are nation wreckers. Go to the National Scholarship Secretariat. After the National Service, we were told by the Attorney General that 548 million, the people, their names have been mentioned. We haven't heard anything again. Hey, people are boiling up, or boiling within. That if they don't know, if they are living in isolation, I am telling you that, fortunately for me, I'm always on the field.
Yeah.
I have it with the street people, and I know what they are looking up to. So let's get back. Let's build this country, at least for posterity, so that our people will not be going to queue at the various embassies to want to leave this country.
Right. Council, should I move on? Or?
Yes, I guess so.
Right, okay. So let's turn our attention to the New Patriotic Party. So yesterday, the NDC won the Akwatia by-election. Since then, even on at the Coalition Center, executives of the New Patriotic Party were nowhere to be found. But fortunately, this time around, the party officials or the polling station agents were able to sign, those forms. So thankfully, they were able to sign. But the big shots they all vanished. I was expecting that at least today, throughout the day, they would come and make some statement on the election proper itself, as to how come they lost the seat. But I've not heard anything from the party itself. What I've heard, it's the attempts to get the police involved in some kind of arrest to be made on the second vice chair of the NDC. We all saw those videos. So the New Patriotic Party, they've issued some press release calling on the police to effect the arrest of that. Also at the back of that, comments that were made to the extent that somebody allegedly indicated that there would be a by-election in the minority leader's hometown. So these are issues that the NPP are rather talking about. Now, let me come to you, Council, first. From where you sit, are you, surprised about the reaction so far from the New Patriotic Party since yesterday?
In fact, from the way things are going, as I told you in my closing remark, NDC need to contest the MPP parliamentary presidential election. Because they are not going to get anybody worth the consideration. Then, as I read somewhere, the way they are going down, they might strike oil soon. Because they are going so they are going down. But you see, it is good to deflect. They felt that this is a good time to bury bad news. And the way to bury the bad news is to say that deal with Azoka. You see, the guy that Azoka had the altercation with, the guy said, you are my uncle or my brother. I cannot fight you. So the guy either he pulls his tail in between his legs, or he feels, look bro, I am only joking. Let's not take this far as you are taking it. But you see, Chief Azoka made a statement, which I don't want to repeat as such. He wasn't threatening Apenyomakin. He said, if you do this, this will be the consequence. Right. So in effect, he's showing you, if you are coming to do A, be ready that the consequences will be dire. So don't do it. What is wrong with that? NPP need to learn a lot from Akwatia. I believe that it's a situation where they have deployed a lot of their strategies to see what will work and what will not work. I believe they didn't just go in. At a stage, I know that they would have been aware of the outcome. especially after some of the polls were released. They might have conducted their own polls and would have known what they were going to get out of Akwatia. You see, there is a bigger election coming up ahead of MPP national executives. A lot of them want to be relevant and remain. Nana B wants to go to become the vice chair. Justin Kodua wants to be retained. I mean, let's be honest, even though we are not discussing their capabilities, you cannot compare Nana B with John Boydu. In no way at all. So some of the things they are doing is just to remain relevant for their base to elect them. That is all they are doing. Beyond that, the fanfare, nobody, even their base is not taking them serious. I am telling you, even their own base is not taking them serious. Go and have an election, come and let's collate results, then you all disappear. Who will take you serious? When we were fighting Ernest Kumi at the Supreme Court, one of the things the NDC chairman told us is that if we take our foot off the pedal, we might not be able to go back to Akwatia to ever campaign. As if he foresaw what was going to happen. Then the unfortunate situation happened. So because we didn't take our foot off the pedal, and because my brother, the current MP-elect, was the one leading the charge, he benefited from the spoils of the charge. So MPP must know that people are getting tired of their gymnastics. Knowing they were going to lose the election, they talk about Ahiyagba's speech, statement talking about intimidation, policemen, the soldiers being brought, etc. And I asked you yesterday, were the soldiers carrying something to say, when you are NDC, don't fear me. When you are MPP, you better fear me. No. So for me, the lesson MPP needs to learn out of Akwatia is that go back and do your homework properly. The strategies you designed didn't work. Focus on issues. Needless press conferences will not attract the gravitas that you want.
So, your former party, it looks like I keep saying every day that the NPP has not learned lessons yet. The Ghanaian populace, the level of thinking has changed.
Yes.
And your former party seems not to have, gotten that yet. What's happening?
Well, since you say it's my former party, I don't know what is happening now, but the truth of the matter is that they have to learn faster. This is an own goal that they have scored. They decided to press the destructive button, and they destroyed the party for a longer period. So it will take a longer time to be able to fix the mess. As we speak, all the structures of the party are not working. You only have few people who are in the executives who wants to hijack the party and use it for their own personal business. Other than that, nothing is happening in any of the various constituencies.
What do you think might have contributed to the downfall?
Arrogance of power, and then, hatred. Let me put it this way. They became so arrogant after coming to power. People that hitherto didn't know their left from right were all of a sudden given juicy positions. And we know in this country, we just spoke about $750 million being vanished without work done. So it's in people's pocket. So once people get money, then they feel that they have power. Then they start disrespecting everyone. So they alienated themselves from the base. There was a big gap. There was a vacuum between the top and the base. And that was what caused them that hefty defeat of 2024.
We ain't some other team course watch channel so mamma now was so jemre ewa. That's an answer about the end of the Adomia. You must shame na yasumo ewa kwan strong was a crowd. Aha, a GH Politics Avenue.